Good morning.
You.
Duke, good morning to you as well.
Oh, great. I'm glad to see you here.
Likewise. Bright and early for you out there?
Oh, yeah. This is a little early for me, but you know what I do for the sake of the Strat fans around the country.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for doing it. We've got Seattle first down after apparently a touchback to start us off here. We're in the FT semi-final. Seattle versus Cincinnati. And we have a fumble on the first play. Cincy has recovered a penny fumble, and just like that, Cincy has the ball at the Seattle 30 to start us off. Wow.
Big turnaround to start off.
You know, that has been Seattle's calling card all year long. Turnover margin of plus 15.
Whoa.
By far the leader in the league. And right then and there, that trend reverses itself, and Seattle turns it over. Cincy on first down has a guessed wrong flat pass, picks up 12 inside the red zone to the Seattle 18. Another calling card of the Seattle success this year has been its red zone defense. 50% is the number, which is by far number one. The average in the league is 73%.
Wow.
Far and away, Seattle has dominated defensively in the red zone. Let's see if they can do it again. Looking past to Ertz. It's going to get 7 yards on first down. Down to the 11. 2nd and 3. Only one other team was in the 50s. My Yanks were at 59. I mean, so a 9-point margin in red zone defense for Seattle versus the next. Versus the number 2 in the league. Short pass to Adams, guessed right, 3 men in zone, incomplete on Wentz's card. There was an opportunity there, 3 men. And sort of a change-up for Cincy in terms of play calling tendency, which is nice to see. Blitz coming for Seattle, which is really their third key, has been their sack margin all year. Familiar 2 tight end set for Cincy. Flat pass, 2 men in zone. Is incomplete. Oh, my. Ertz cannot pick it up in his car, so Cincy's going to have to settle for a buck per field goal here. Missed 2 2-10s last week. Makes this one. And 3-0 Cincinnati takes advantage of the penny fumble.
That was a big stand for Seattle. That was a great defensive start to a bad turnover.
It was, and you know, obviously with a 50% rate, Seattle does a lot of good on defense down there. But in that case, Cincy had the opportunities. I mean, it turned out, short pass, 3 men in zone, guessed right, 2 men in, nice call on the flat pass, but it went to Ertz's card, and he could not pick up a 3rd and 3 on Ertz's flat pass card. Could have gone the other way. Flat pass now after a nice short gain is incomplete. Guessed wrong. Seattle, not a big flat passer. I couldn't really verify this, but if I had to guess, the least flat pass offense in the league. A guessed right run picks up 4 yards, 3rd and 6. Seattle barely, there's basically no situations where Seattle cracks 30% for flat passing or looking passing on their tendencies.
Wilson not known for his flat pass card either, so.
Yep, that's why, I'm sure. 3rd and 6, outside to contain, no blitz coming. Excellent pass D for Cincy, good run D. Both these teams, good run D, excellent pass D. Actually, every team remaining in the FT playoffs, excellent pass D, good run D. Flat pass to Goodwin. To Godwin. He loses a yard, it's going to be 4th and 7. Godwin comes into the game averaging 22.4 yards a catch, which I wouldn't be surprised to be leading the league if it is. Loses one there. Humphreys from the 9. Not a big returner, but he gets 21, his long. And that puts Cincy out to the 30. Justin probably very happy with that, of course, but at the same time saying, boy, why did I just make one trade for a punt returner? That snake eyes could have been used to a much bigger advantage. Long pass on first down. He's double teamed. Incomplete. Okay, so Cincy, both teams really coming out against tendencies.
Well, a big tendency for Cincinnati is they predominantly throw their bombs on first down to Adams.
Yep, 13 this year.
High probability there.
6 yards.
He doesn't really mix it up on the bomb. It's Adams or nobody.
Yeah, you're true. That makes sense as you look at the receivers. 3rd and 4. So inside contain here.
Edelman not good for getting too far downfield.
Guessed wrong. Man in zone. The guard cannot make the block on a 4 white die. That would have been a first down. Instead, Cook's on to punt. Hardman, very good return average this year, 2nd in the league. Fair catch. Seattle starts out from their 22. Line buck to Ingram. Guessed wrong. The dreaded 5 shows up. No gain. Ingram finished 3rd in yards, rushing yards in frozen tundra this year. Line buck again to Ingram. Looking for the blocking back. Dankovich can't make the 6 white die block, so we have a 3rd and long for Seattle. 2 guessed wrong runs to start off results in -1. That cannot make Seattle happy. The dice not working with them here.
We're going to see a bomb pretty soon by Dennis.
Yeah, 3rd and 11. Seattle did not go deep all year here, but let's see if he pulls a string. Facing the 4-3-D, so very limited opportunities for double teams.
Wow.
No opportunity to blitz, of course. And he's not an option. It's an interesting defensive call here. That was an excellent pass D, which, that opens up the possibility to do these sorts of things. 4 men in zone, moves them up.
Going against a 4 with Julio Jones. It's a nice
gets 12
matchup.
yards. Yeah, nice matchup and gets it. Yeah, rare to see a 4 corner and a excellent pass D, but it's there. Guessed right. And run 5 yards. Penny back in the game.
Bomb is coming soon, Anthony.
12 yards up to midfield on a guessed wrong pass to Godwin. Penny remains in the game. Flat pass to Evans, guessed wrong. Oh, finds the hole on the flat pass receiver card. So a drop pass by Ingram there. Get some 2nd and 10. It's been happening to Seattle a little bit too much here in this first quarter. Guessed right and run, gets 8 yards anyway. Penny's card, I believe that would have been a disaster. Not sure. 3rd and 2 now from the 42. Likely in 4-down territory here for Seattle.
I would suspect.
Runs here 62% of the time during the regular season. Goes deep, as Duke predicts. Guessed right, however. Incomplete.
There it was. I just sensed it coming.
Yep, he used that spare play, assuming he's going for it here. Yep, he uses that spare play to take a shot. Now faces a 4-3 on 4th and 1. Runs 57%, only 12% flat pass here. So it's either run or short typically for Dennis. Let's see what he shows up here with. Off tackle, gets a short yardage D. No gain. It turns the ball over on down. Cincinnati holds and takes over at the 42.
Bold call for Justin.
Flat pass, guessed right. No incompletion. So 3-0 Cincy. 3:36 left in the first. If you joined us late, it was a First play of the game, fumble by Rashard Penny that was turned into 3 points by Cincy. Let's see if anybody's joined us. Flat pass to Edelman. 2 men in zone. Nonetheless, picks up the 9 on the defensive card, results in a 6-yard gain. Since he has to be thrilled with that one, 3rd and 4. An excellent pass. He offers 2 chances for INTs on 2 men. Off tackle, guessed wrong. This time, the offensive line comes through, and he picks up the first down on 3rd inside a contain. So first down, Cincy, into Seattle territory. Key to Cincy's game here is to avoid big mistakes. Wentz fumbled 8 times during the regular season. 2-yard loss there on first down. Nice play by Hicks. 2nd and 12.
Yeah, Wentz has been almost a weak link of this Cincinnati team. Their defense and their running game and everything's pretty good, except Wentz has just had a mediocre year.
He has. He's used him a lot. He the league leader in pass attempts, also the league leader in completions. But you'd expect a little better than 6th in yards if you've got those sorts of league-leading numbers.
Yeah.
In attempts and completions. So he's been throwing flat a lot, hasn't gotten it downfield all that often. All those fumbles have certainly hurt. He's able to put it together for 2 wins here in the playoffs.
He's going to stick with that 2 tight end offense, looks like, even on 3rd and 11.
Which is what we've seen, right, these last couple games.
Yeah, he seems to just really favor that formation.
Keeping Fant and Ertz on the field. A 3-2-6 call here from the Seattle 48, inviting the run to bring into 4-down territory, perhaps. Let's see what happens. The big blitz. Short pass to Edelman, not double-teamed. And picks up 14 in the first down on Edelman's card.
Ooh, huge. Huge.
A relatively low percentage play, and look at that, too. Seattle had a 45% chance of a sack going there. And hit 66 on the random to avoid it. Guessed wrong, short pass on first down. Got to make him pay here, and does. 15 yards into the Seattle red zone again. Goes Cincinnati. Looking past Fant. 2 men there, incomplete. Seattle doing a great job putting 2 men in the flat pass zone.
I was just going to say, they've been really aggressive at filling those flat pass zones, and I think Dennis senses that that's going to be where Cincinnati attacks them.
Mm-hmm. 2nd and 10. Off tackle, guessed wrong. 1 man in zone. Picks up the short gain, 15 yards down to the 4. So a big burst there from Aaron Jones puts him at the 4-yard line, 1st and goal. Since he only runs 56% of the time here, relatively low compared to the rest of the league. Jones is his main choice. Jones is 8th in the league in touchdown runs. Short pass to Fant. Incomplete on the next play by Jalen Ramsey. So that 44% short pass showed up there. Adam guessed wrong. And it falls incomplete.
A 1st and goal from the 4 with a full house is about 85% of the time a run, and Cincinnati came out with a pass.
He doesn't have a strong interior offensive line running.
Yeah, he gets the zeros up to 4s, though.
Yep. Off tackle, Johnson. Davis makes the play. 2-yard loss. That Seattle red zone defense so far holding. 3rd and 6. Comes down to your guessed wrong running card here, whether you're really going to try to pull that off. And, a lot of 5 yards for Aaron Jones. So it might be a little bit out of range. Let's see. It's a little less likely.
Quite a stretch to get it there because get on the defensive card, you're not going to make it probably.
And run to Jones. So he's one man in zone, gets the short gain and a touchdown for Jones.
Whoa.
9-0 Cincinnati. 12:54 left in the second. Buckner misses on 11 here. Let's see if he can come up with the extra point. And he does. 10-0 Cincy.
Bold call by Justin. A end run. 6 yards.
Seattle anticipated with the man in the zone, but it went to Jones's card.
Yeah, like I said, it's the 50-50 offensive defensive card that you're counting on.
And a long gain on first down for Ingram, 38 yards. Puts Seattle into Cincy territory at the 35, 1st and 10. This is kind of the danger zone for Seattle. Need to continue to move the ball here. Their kicker, I think it's Elliott, he was 4 of 9 from beyond 40 in the regular season. So not comfortable kicking from these medium to long ranges. 7 yards on a must run. His card's a bit better than that. He's 2 through 8 from 23 and beyond. But again, only hit 4 of 9 from 40 plus. That's the big advantage. If there's any advantage, short pass ball is incomplete, 3rd and 3. Any advantage, some of the fringe aspects, Cincinnati has a better kicker than Seattle. 3rd and short. No blitz coming. Short pass, 4 men in zone. Going to Jones. Only gets 5 yards. That's enough for the first down, though. And they're set up at the 23 are the Seahawks. Gets the dump off on a 0% chance of sack. Finds the completion on Wilson's flat pass right card. This time, 0 men in zone off the 6 only results in 6 yards. So a little bit of a break, sort of, for Cincy, 2nd and 4. Flat pass wrong. Touchdown to Ingram.
Quick response.
Quick dive twice in a row. Elliott hits. Quick answer for Seattle. Really nice job.
Yeah, that's where the momentum can get away if you go 3 and out on a drive like that. But Dennis came right back at him.
Found that long gain on Ingram's card, and that set him up.
Yeah, did.
Ingram finished long pass to Adams, incomplete on first down.
There's that first down bomb to Adams.
He's relied on Ingram all year long. Finished 3rd in the league in rushing yards. Short pass results in a sack. Kenny Clark gets there. 5 versus 4, just a 24% chance, but cashes in with a 22 random. So 3rd and very long. Let's see if Cincy takes a chance here against an excellent pass D. Does not. Looking past a Fant. Gets 6 yards and improves punt positioning with 8:24 left in the half. Chad Beebe, not much of a threat in terms of returning. And a pretty good opposing punt return card as well. So, yeah, no gain there. Seattle starts out at the 23.
Little break here.
Dennis needs a sec. Ingram has sort of done it all. Ingram with an I has actually led the Seahawks in receptions too this year. So he's been using them running, passing, and obviously came up with a big run last drive. Got the box score here.
And I think Godwin's big numbers have to do with the Dennis realizing a lot of people are going to be double teaming Jones, and he can get away with a zero zone bomb probably with Godwin a lot of times.
Yeah, I would guess so. That's right. Okay, we're back here. See any changes to the lineup. Long pass to Godwin. One man in zone. Finds the must run on Wilson's card to get 9. So productive play, 2nd and 1.
There's the concept. You think they'll double team Jones on 1st and 10, and you go to Godwin. And Justin's going to have to double team Jones a lot with that 4 on him.
Yes, you might see it from the linebacker a little bit, given the low propensity of flat passes, but I think Seattle has actually been throwing to that zone, maybe even to discourage that. First and 10 out to the 40. Cincy does not double team very much. Remember that.
Yes, they do.
Lowest in the league, double teaming. Just incredible stats there, really. Double team, 27 double team attempts for the entirety of the regular season by Cincy.
Wow.
Long pass to Jones, one man in zone. High interception chance here, incomplete. Yeah, by far, the lowest double teamer in the league has been Cincinnati this year. Double teamed against 545 times. His offense has been double teamed.
That sort of shows the balance, doesn't it?
Yep, up against 27 that he's called. 3rd and 7 now for Seattle. Long pass to Jones, one man in zone again. Looking for that must run, gets it. The must runs come up big for Seattle. If you are Cincinnati, you've just got to be happy with that call. You know,
Not the result, though.
Yeah, not the result, but 6, 7s, everything sort of works out against 6s on D, of course, a receiver card, but high chance of INT, lots of blanks on Wilson's card. 2nd and 5 after a guessed wrong run by Ingram. Short pass, guessed wrong, incomplete on Wilson's card, finds the blank. Oof. Another 3rd down. This is outside of contain, where I would guess 4th down territory here at Duke. I'm sure you'd agree.
I agree.
For this coach anyway. Showing no blitz, as he often does not.
I think he runs Ingram here. No, I'm wrong. Short pass.
Another must-run reading, gets the 1st down. Wilson really active with his legs. 4 carries, 36 yards, averaging 9 yards.
All right. Yeah, he said every must-run's been a good one.
The contain is not something used often, not very useful, really. But he's got a 6 linebacker that could do it if he felt like changing it up. Guessed wrong, complete for 12 yards to Jones. And into the Cincinnati red zone, Seattle poised to take the lead. 3:18 left in the half. Cincy gets the ball at kickoff in the 3rd quarter.
See, that's like what happens when you're not aggressive double teaming. Dennis is going to go to Jones all day long if you're not going to double team him much.
And that would be the matchup. With an excellent pass D, you got to figure you're going to wind up with a pick. If you leave that man back there, if you have 4 in the zone when he's throwing short, and Justin's actually called those pretty well. He hasn't been caught with his knickers down deep at all yet, and he seems to put 4 men there when they guessed wrong and run only 4 yards.
That's a good point. That mitigates it somewhat, but over the course of this game, if you're gonna let me throw 6, 7 more times to Julio Jones with a 4 on him, and the chances are limited of being double teamed, I'm going to take that every day long.
Yep.
Short or long, and then like I said, he balances it with the bomb to Godwin. So it's a tough spot for Cincinnati.
Big play here. A 1st down can mean Seattle can take away the timeout. Short pass to Ingram. Needs 7, gets 7 on a dump off to Jones. So that hits a 2-minute warning. First and goal. Cincy's going to have to use their timeouts if there's runs here that don't get 10 yards.
Yeah, he better start thinking of using them now to get a chance to respond should Seattle score here.
Linebuck to Penny guessed right. This time Wilson fumbles the ball on the snap fumble, 1 versus 1. But wow, Seattle comes up with it. That is a disaster averted. Ends up 2nd and 11 now. 2nd and goal, from the 11. Guessed wrong. Jones poised to catch a touchdown and does. Seattle takes the lead with 1:15 left. Elliott misses his extra points on 11. Let's see what happens here. It's good. Seattle roars back with 14 points from the -1.
The only good thing is Cincinnati let them score quickly, so they've got 1:15 to respond.
With a good kicker.
Two tight end offense comes right out.
And Seattle, interestingly, stays in the 3-4. Has other options here, I believe, inside 2 minutes.
Yes.
So showing some respect to Aaron Jones. Short pass to Ertz, 3 men. A lot of blitzers coming. Dumps off for 4 yards. He had a 55% chance of a sack there. 2nd and 6. So Wentz has moved around in the pocket to avoid 2 fairly likely sacks so far. And then he did get caught on 1 less likely sack.
How do you quickly determine the percentage chance of a sack as you do? How do you do that so quickly?
It's in the text there. It'll say if you're following me here. Oh, it's moving it around. We'll come back to it. I'll show you the next time.
Yeah, no, please do. I don't really follow that text, and that's where you're getting it from. That's interesting.
Yeah. Since he gets the first down on the Ertz catch for 6, 1 minute left, 2 timeouts. Going to Fant, 3 men in zone, picks up another 6 yards. So you see in there SAF pass rush defense 11 versus 7, and then it says random 82, and then it says SAF pass rush chart 24. So 24%, 24 is a 24% chance of the sack. So if the number is 0 to 24, 1 to 24, then it's a sack. If it's over 24, it's not a sack. In this case, 82 is over 24.
It's a 24 random 82. What does it random 82 mean?
That is the actual roll of the 100 chance die.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's the roll of 182, and he had a 24% chance. Okay, good.
So if it's 24 or lower, it would have been a sack. So after the long pass attempt, it's 3rd and 4 here, fairly manageable. Need to get to the 37, I believe, for Buckner's zone, though. Probably just looking for the first down here, and then we'll sort out other problems later. Looking pass, 2 men there. The receiver falls incomplete. So a punt.
Another good call by Dennis. That's unusual at this stage to put 2 men in the flat zone, but he was looking for the dink.
Beebe will let this go into the end zone for a touchback. And let's see here. Seattle, if he has carries to spare, may look for a home run here. No, Penny's in. We can get 58 yards on the end run, so I guess that's a home run chance as well.
And it was a long game.
You probably don't want to be too aggressive against a high INT pass D. We might see Penny here. Yeah, we do. Off tackle to Penny, gets 7. And we'll find out about the coach's intentions here. Go to full screen. Okay, well, Dennis takes a timeout. 2nd and 3. situations where if he got good yardage, like 7 yards, he'd take the timeout. If he got nothing, he wouldn't do much with it. Gets 18 on second down, out to the 45.
Now you're in pretty good range for getting into field goal range.
Doesn't have the best kicker to help him do that, but not bad either. Again, he hasn't made them from long all season long, but his card is better than his results. End run to Penny, gets 3 yards, who gets out of bounds. 8 seconds, 2 plays for Seattle to go 48 yards.
No,
Here you
short pass completion, a decent range, yardage could get in field goal range from here.
Mm-hmm. Those good receivers who can pick up chunks on their cards.
Yeah. I think a short pass to Godwin would be a possible call here.
Mm-hmm. Off tackle Penny. Going to get 4 yards.
Penny.
So now he's stuck in Hail Mary range here.
Yep.
We'll take that shot for sure. Excellent pass D on that. Definitely go with the Hail Mary here, unless he wants to go with the Hail Mary on Ingram's run card, or Penny's run card, that is. Yeah, shows blocking back. So let's try that Hail Mary versus the traditional Hail Mary.
Yeah, he'll look for that 58-yard run, end run.
It is one of the most strap ballish things in strap is the running at the end of the half. Doesn't find it. And that'll end the half. We are at a 14-10 Seattle lead. Cincinnati gets the ball. Looks like Seattle probably hadn't outgained him. Sure did. 251-99.
Pretty substantial. Time possession.
Just incredible running. Of course, that last drive was an extra 50 yards on top of it, sort of garbage, but it counts.
Their average over is 7 yards a carry.
And, his third leading rusher is Russell Wilson, but boy, he's been key. Justin wants just a second so we can take a closer look at the stats here.
6 of the 9 passes caught by the 2 wide receivers for Seattle.
Mm-hmm. Seattle chugging along at 75%, 6 of 8 on third down. Clearly anybody's ball game, but Seattle has established an offense where Cincy's sort of sputtering and needs to find it. No reason they can't find it, though. Of course they can.
Well, I'm thinking there's got to be whoever makes. I mean, they've both been had a pattern in the first half. If somebody doesn't adjust and it goes as is, I don't see Cincinnati having much of a chance in this game. But I think they have to adjust to what Seattle is doing.
Yes.
Just my opinion, me. Always opinionated, Anthony.
Well, I certainly agree with the adjustment part. Off tackle to Jones, guessed wrong. Nice spot, 14 yards. The opposing halfback hits his long gain, right? That happens. You're going to have guessed wrong running opportunities in this game most of the time. And that accounted for a big part of Seattle's lead here, is that particular drive. Flat pass to Jones, 1 man in zone, guessed right, loses 2 yards, second as well.
But I think of that last touchdown by Seattle to go up 14-10, and you're in short pass range, and he throws a short pass to premier short pass catcher and Julio Jones, not double teamed, and he gets the touchdown on that. I would make Dennis do something else.
Mm-hmm.
It was me.
Yeah. I mean, he's set up well now. I mean, he's set up really well to double team Jones on a couple spot occasions, because you have to think Seattle does not anticipate that happening at this point.
Because there you're down in, defending your goal. You don't have to worry about Godwin's bomb anymore.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, there's Wentz's first double team completion of the game. He found, 3 of those last week against San Fran.
I remember that.
Key spot here on third down. The Cincinnati defense, in analyzing the first half, got Seattle into third and long situations with regularity outside of contain, but could not convert those into punts. And you talk about the double teams, you talk about other things you can do to switch that up, to change that over, because you have to be happy with getting them to 3rd and 7 every time.
But he got unlucky with a lot of must-run first downs for Wilson.
And he's got that 6'6" linebacker. I mean, look, I'm not a big fan of contain, that because, Dennis is probably going to go for it on 4th and 1 or 4th and 2 anyway. But no man in zone here, picks up 56 yards, gets wrong, and there you go, touchdown. Aaron Jones, the running backs, are in a bit of a slugfest here. And this time, Cincinnati strikes back. The extra point is good. So it was a end run wrong.
Well, here's where we see whether Cincinnati's going to make any adjustment here defensively.
Yes.
I was going to say, very likely Dennis will come out and start running Ingram to take the heat off his wide receivers.
Ingram has 12 carries left. He's been working hard to preserve those carries. Penny only has 4 left. Short pass to Jones. Gets right 3 men in zone. Must run shows up again.
The worst must run so far.
Short pass Jones. 3 men again. Avoids the 2 through 6 INT. So bullet dodged by Seattle there. And run guessed right. And, Ingram has those nice 3-yard gains there. So 3rd and 7. Nicely into Russell Wilson must run range. Sort of a key is, his key is like his 2 through 7 now is a first down once you get to 7 yards.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Is anything going to be different here? Okay, look at this. He is shadowing Wilson. Incomplete. So he shadowed Wilson. That's something.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Did he do that at all in the first half?
He did not that I noticed.
That is very interesting.
But he's got the 6'6" linebacker to do it, so he'd be successful every time, I believe.
Well, that's an example of what I wanted to see for Justin. Was he going to make any adjustment? I see something happening right there. Now, this is an interesting drive. Started at the 11.
I can guarantee you, I'm sure you agree, Dennis noticed that.
Oh, yeah.
2nd and 8, so you might see some look-in passes to defend it. And, if Justin should know that Dennis sees that and should mix in some double teams, per your advice, Duke, as another device to use on those 3rd downs. 2nd and 8 to Jones.
And I think it's games, Anthony. It's good to talk this strategy so anybody watching can think along with us, and it's more fun than just watching the plays unfold.
Definitely. It's amazing the difference broadcasting it versus just watching. Okay, not have the double team, converts a big 3rd down. Double team failed. Still not a high percentage play. A 24% chance of a sack falls short. And finds the 7 again. Oh, sorry, the 6 this time on Wentz's card for 10 yards. Guess right is Jones. No blocking back. Still gets 4 yards. Second and 6. Jones is guessed wrong here, finds the short gain. Wow, these running backs are going back and forth. Jones now averaging 8.8 yards a carry on 12 runs, 2 scores.
He was double teaming Edelman on that play.
So far, avoiding the turnover. Interesting for Justin. He had a -3 turnover ratio during the regular season. 56 yards again for Jones.
Oh,
Are you
my.
kidding me?
Oh, to get it twice?
Down to the 2, I believe. Yeah, down to the 2.
Oh, whoa.
The slugfest continues. Ingram, it's your turn.
Yes.
But business comes before pleasure here. He's got to convert this from the 2. Easier said than done against the best red zone defense in the league. By far.
I want to see how aggressive. Yeah, he's
beautiful keying. Still gets a yard.
Yeah, that's the Dennis though. He came right up and picked out of Johnson to double to key. Now let's see if he keys Wentz.
Second and goal for 1. I would. Anything's possible here. I don't think it's a guaranteed pound in. You could see a pass. Linebacker to Wentz. Linebacker in zone makes the play for no gain.
Ooh, this is going to be a big play.
Obviously, on Wentz's card, that would have been a score. If there's no gain here, that will be a difficult decision for Cincy, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. 3rd and 1, linebacker to Johnson, guessed right, gets the yard, guessed right on his card for the score.
Huge play.
Bucker on for the extra point. It is up, and it is barely good. Doinks it in.
Hits the crossbar and tumbles over.
But it's a 10-point lead, 2-score game. Impressive 2 touchdown drives from Cincinnati, led by Aaron Jones' monster home run running.
Yes.
Here's Ingram's chance. So he almost gets the long gain. 21 is good enough, though. Out to the 46.
My, what a quick response there.
So, long pass, guessed wrong to Julio, incomplete. Whoa, danger averted for the Cincy D.
Dennis not afraid to let it loose.
Short pass, guessed wrong, incomplete. Oh, Dennis got to feel bad about those 2.
Wow.
2 golden chances for chunks of yards come up short. 3rd and 10. So here we are, 3rd and 10. Must run, less of a threat here to get the first down, but certainly we get into 4-down territory, a good must run. Let's see how he plays it.
Yes, let's see.
Very lucky to be at this 3rd and 10.
Boy, look at it. Dennis doesn't change his formation. He might just run Ingram. I've seen him do that.
Could be thinking 4 down.
Yeah.
Here he is, Ingram, up the gut, gets the dreaded 5. He's going to have to punt here, 4th and 10.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at that. 3 very tough rolls for Seattle on that drive.
Yes, very bad rolls at a very bad time. But he pinned 13. How many unfatigued carries does Jones have left?
I think he's got a bunch, doesn't he? Let's see here. He's not in the game, so I can't check for sure, but he's carried 13 times, so he's probably still in double digits, I would guess.
Okay, because Johnson is here to I think protect that, and there's the dreaded 5.
Let's see, there he is, 11.
Okay, so he's in good shape.
Yeah, good shape. And 112 left. You probably want to keep him in there at this point.
Yeah, I would. Now, this is interesting. You think there's a run. I was thinking Dennis might actually call run there.
3rd and 5. He certainly was thinking about it. I mean, Jones has proven to be a threat from everywhere at all times. And it's just money on his own card.
This is a field position down here, 3rd and 5.
It's picked off. The 2 through 8, 4-man zone interception. Nope. Yeah, 4-man zone comes through. And Seattle is set up at the Cincinnati 21.
That really turns things around. Could be quite a fourth quarter, Anthony.
Sure could be. Since he happy to only get 4 yards there and a guessed wrong end run for Ingram. 2nd and 6 from the 17. No blitz. Off tackle, guessed wrong. Dreaded 5 shows up again for Ingram. 3rd and outside contain.
Another key down here.
So he's got to worry about contain. Field goal brings him within a score. Obviously, great must run here. So looking for a short pass here from Dennis. 2 through 8 converts on the must run. Really try to.
I wouldn't think a run is out of the question either, though.
Short pass. QB shadow is on again. The shadowing is on. Receiver just gets 3 yards. 4th and 3. Decision time for Seattle.
I think he goes for it.
Decides to try to come within 1 score.
Interesting.
Been money short this year. He makes it 24-17. So each team has turned the ball over in their own territory. Neither team has been able to convert it into a touchdown, both into field goals.
It's a good stop for Cincy.
The familiar formation for the Bengals offense that we've seen all playoffs long. Flat pass, guessed wrong. 1 man there. 5 makes the play. TJ Watt. 5 against 5. Jones at 10 carries. Yes, 10 carries left. 13-12 in the 4th.
Plenty.
Short pass, Adams. Lots of blitzers coming. He's double teamed as well. Pass rush shows up. Kenny Clark, his 2nd sack of the day. 55% chance, because we had 2 additional linebackers to beef up his rating. Pushed him up to 55. And 3rd and dreary for Cincy here.
3rd and dreary?
Yeah, 16. Long way to go.
Wow.
Intimidated by that INT, I would expect a flat pass here or a run. I wouldn't use one of Jones's carries here. Yeah, there's the flat pass. Looking for the 6. He gets the 6, but ends up with no yards. So that's what I was looking for.
Yeah. Oh, my.
And Chad Beebe, not a threat from his own 29. 4 yards. So Seattle poised to tie it. 12-18 Seattle. We found something interesting about them. Went for 2-point conversion 7 times this year, which is 3rd in the league. Something to keep in mind.
Yes.
First down, guessed right and run. Ingram finds those beautiful 3 yards, guessed right on his card. Here's Julio gets 10 on short pass, guessed right. Since he's not going to pressure you.
And they haven't double-teamed Jones this half yet, I don't believe.
There's a guessed wrong to Julio for another 14.
Why not?
Into Cincy territory. In the blink of an eye. Tons of time left. Off tackle, guessed right. -1. Nice call by Justin. There's run calling pays off.
Yeah, that's bold as you're getting chopped up on the air. To still make a run call like that.
Best guessed right. 4 men in zone to Julio. That 9 shows up again. It could be trouble. Let's see. It's a receiver card. 8 shows up. and Julio gets 14.
Look at that receiver card. Guess right. Look at that.
And that would have been completed even at double teamed, interestingly, Duke. That's a double team completion as well for Julio. Off tackle, Ingram guessed wrong. No gain. Janovich keeps it to a no gain. Would have been a -2. 8:42 left. We're coming into crunch time.
Yeah, that clock at this point starts to seem to run real quick.
Oh,
now he double teamed Jones on that play, but the bracket did him in.
Ingram gets 12 along the outside into good field goal range. Not that that matters that much. 13 yards down to the 2. First and goal. Seattle poised to tie it up. Shows full house.
This is going to be the second half of the fourth quarter is going to be dynamite.
58% runner on first and goal. So another one that's not afraid to pass. Here's Wilson. Janovich keeps it to a no gain. Wilson scored 7 times this year on runs, I believe. So he's not afraid to score him in here. It's the Ingram and Wilson show. Penny got a couple. Second and goal from the 2. Here's Ingram. Guessed right. Kendricks makes the play. The 6'6" linebacker comes up. No loss of yards, though. So third and goal from the 2. Still pretty manageable in what is definitely 4-down territory for Seattle. Will he pull the string here? I'd let him pull the string. I'd call a run and rely on my 4 men in zone on defense. It's really the only choice. You avoid the must runs that way. Here's Ingram. Yeah. Another play by Kendricks. 4th and goal.
Yeah, I was just saying that same thing, Anthony. Avoiding the must runs is actually kind of key. Whoa.
Ingram shows up with the halo. Sorry to interrupt you there, Duke, but that's a huge halo there for Ingram.
Yes.
That snuck up on us. Here it is. 4th and goal from the 2.
Oh, this is the ball game.
Not showing blitz. Why not? End run, Ingram. No linebackers are there. Collins makes the block. Touchdown.
Oh, he rolled the 4. Oh.
The extra point is good. We are tied in the Frozen Tundra semifinal at 24 apiece. Cincy, this is their second absolute barn burner in a row. Get a staff cardiologist over there in Cincy. 5:24 left.
Well, if you can put together a sustained drive, you can gobble up most of this 5 minutes and put a score on. But against a stout defense, it's going to be a long haul.
2 men there. It's a 1-yard gain, though. So, if you're Cincy and you're analyzing this, I mean, you've got the better kicker. Okay, number 1. You've got carries on your halfback, where your opponent does not have carries on his halfback. So definite 2 major advantages in the overtime potential situation. Flat pass, 1 man in zone. Pass rush shows up. TJ Watts, 27%, cashes it in, 3rd and 14. And all of a sudden.
That's a second down blitz. Wow.
Pendulum swinging back to Seattle.
For sure.
You're not going to find 14 yards on Wentz's card short.
Nope.
You're not going to find many defenders that you're going to beat on Seattle's defense to get those 14 yards. Short pass to Fan. Gets 13. That shows up right there. 4th and 1 from the 34th, and they're going to have to punt.
Yep.
So we think. Justin thinking about it. What's going on in that Cincinnati sideline?
Boy, this is he is thinking about it. I don't know. I'm somewhat of a gambler. I don't know if I would gamble here. Oh my! Oh dear.
The thought might be that if you punt it away, you may not get another possession.
That is true. The way Dennis is moving it, I can see that I can see this call. I can actually see this.
So now it's Cincinnati's turn, and they convert the 4th down as well.
Oh, what a bold call by Justin! Oh, that is bold to go for it there. That is really bold.
Wentz almost fumbled. 39.2 versus 51.
Oh.
Off tackle Jones, guessed wrong. Linebacker is there. Hicks can't make that play. 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7. Good time to check Jones's carries. Down to 9. Still a lot.
Wow, that's a lot. That's
Bucker will take you out to the 37, I believe. 2 through 6, 12, something like that. Jones off tackle wrong again. Finds 5 yards on his car. He's used to more than that. 3rd and 2. So if you went for it back inside your own.
I'm thinking the same thing what you are, Anthony.
You might see him try to pull the string here if he's thinking he has 2 plays. He does not pull the string. Jones guessed right, no gain. Good calls all the way around.
Yes.
4th and 2. And he's going to punt now.
Yeah, now he can get him deeper. So I see the logic here.
Sure. Hardman is not the guy you want returning this, though. He can turn around this field position, and he does.
Oh, that 19
yards.
Huge. That's a huge return at this time. Huge.
So he nets about 27 yards, I think, on the punt. Seattle set up 152 left. Penny in the backfield here with Ingram on first level of fatigue. It's guessed run. Nice call, but still gets 7 yards. Boy, Cincinnati had everything they wanted there.
Yeah, that's a tough one when it goes on the defensive chart and you guess run.
And beats the 5 too, with a 6 white die. 2nd and short. Off tackle, guess pass, and they just let him get this first down, but can't manage it. It turns out to be a -2. Yanovich cannot make the block, and the 6 white die hurts the offense this time instead of the defense, and we have 3rd and 5, and a containment situation is on.
I would not put a bomb past Dennis here.
I'm expecting a look in after these repeated containment moves by the middle linebacker. Let's see. Short pass to Godwin. We're both wrong. 3 men in zone. Incomplete on the dump off. 4th and 5. Decision time for Dennis. Going to have to punt it.
Yeah, I don't think that's much of a decision.
And he does. 48 yards. Neither team has any punt return threats of note. Fair catch. 52 seconds left.
And he sticks with a 2 tight end offense.
Don't we know it? Just verifying. Bucker goes to the 39. Short pass to Ertz. 3 men in zone. Guessed right. Incomplete. Ertz cannot come up with a catch on his receiver card. That's disappointing for Justin.
That is. It's a pretty decent card.
Second and 10.
That is show blitz here on 2nd down again. He did that the last series, which was key. He got a sack on a flat pass.
I suspect an end run to Jones here. And does Dennis have the cojones to call pass? There's the end run to Jones. Does not. He does call pass.
Very good call by both of you.
3rd and 2.
15 seconds.
He was looking for a chunk, didn't get it, but now can pretty much guarantee overtime. Pretty much.
Pretty much. That 56-yarder, though, has come up twice.
I'd bring a backup running back in here, try to get those 2 yards and preserve those carries.
I think that would be a good idea. I like that idea.
And just get that first down and then go into overtime with a better kicker.
Yeah. Yeah, because those carries will be valuable in overtime. That's a good thought.
Flat pass Ertz, nobody's home. So long gains are in play. Doesn't get it. 1st and 10 from the 31. So he guessed pass and brought the house.
So he's got 2 plays left.
Use Jones carries, look for the home run. Or risk an INT.
How many
would
carries
be,
does Jones have left?
sorry?
How many carries does Jones have left?
If you're 8, oh, 6, down to 6.
Down to 6. Okay.
Wouldn't be using them up. So moves him to 3 wide, which makes sense. You might be looking for flat pass. You get rid of the 4 linebackers in there.
Go to Crowder.
Wouldn't be surprised to see a flat pass, but let's see.
Dennis has to protect the bomb.
Short pass turns.
Look, he put Dennis put two men in the long pass zone.
Might see a knee here from 31, so 69 yards out.
Yeah, I wouldn't risk anything here.
Let's see what Cincy comes up with. Goes 3 wide. Taking the posture that he's going to take a shot. Let's see.
Yeah, I don't see much percentage in this. I really don't. Just take a knee and take your chances.
I would do the same. Thinking hard about the play. Long pass to Adams, 2 men in zone. Sacked. And that will end it. Cincy is getting the ball. Is this correct? Let's see. No, it has not had the coin flip yet. It happened so fast. Seattle gets the ball. So Seattle will take over in overtime. Jakeem Grant, he's got a touchdown on his card, but likely settle for a touchback and does.
And I say we see a bomb to Godwin within the first 3 plays here with Dennis.
I'm going to tend to agree with you here. Yep.
I see a bomb to Godwin.
That's a really good call. I don't know if it's going to work against 2 6s.
Yeah.
And that's nasty, but I could totally see it. Something he would do. Short pass to Julio, 3 men in zone, guessed right. Gets 14. First down. Another futile pass rush attempt by Cincy.
See, and that's setting it up right there.
Oh, guessed run.
Ooh.
Still gets 7. What's that setting up to? Linebacker to, and he fumbles again. Cincinnati recovers the fumble.
Oh,
That's
wow.
his second fumble of the game. He's just going to fall on that ball, I imagine. Yes. And since he takes over, if field goal wins it, they are 9 yards away from Bucker territory.
What I was saying, Anthony, is that this short pass to Jones sets up that Justin would have to double team him, and then he'd go to Godwin.
Gets picked off. First down. Harrison Smith.
Oh, good grief.
Double team, picks it off, runs it back 12 yards, and basically we are back where we started from, more or less, midfield.
Okay, now if we don't see a bomb from Godwin, I'm shocked. Although at the 50-yard line, he doesn't have to do that. It's less likely, but
Yeah, I mean, the main difference is that now Seattle just needs the field goal.
yeah, that completion to Jones, though, made me think it sets up that he's not going to double team Godwin, and he's got a free reign to gaff one. It's a bad roll.
It is. Second worst result on the card. 2nd and 8.
This is pretty thrilling, Anthony.
Here's a guess wrong to Julio. Almost gets picked.
Oh, gosh. I guess wrong short pass to Jones. Oh, my. How do you get away with that? Okay, now.
3rd and 8.
If you're Dennis, do you think Justin is going to double team Jones on a short pass here?
I expect some kind of hijinks here. I expect the double team or the shadowing. The shadowing is pretty unlikely. It's 2 through 5.
What I'm saying is I don't see Justin double teaming. I would just go right back to Jones. I would. He just doesn't seem to be have the desire to put the clamps on Jones. So Dennis keeps going to him. He might just do it again here.
definitely in play, no doubt. Short pass to Jones, double team, picks up 13 on the dump off.
See?
Woo!
But he did double team him?
He double teamed him. The D die shows up.
Wow. That D die. That's a killer.
An incompletion must have showed up, and that leads us to the dump off, which results in 13 yards and a huge play. Jones can get big 1 yards here, and he does. 17 down to the 18. You're down into very good field goal range. Seattle can put it away when they feel like it. Don't feel like it yet.
Boy, I don't know.
Guessed right, loses a yard. So he's still within variable field goal risk to push back to the 2 through 8 range here.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
2nd and 11. Might see a pass here.
Or a look-in pass. Yeah.
Yeah, he did. That's what, since he was thinking too. 3rd and 4. From the 12.
I don't know. Can you get much? Is he trying to get into 2 through 11 territory?
Yeah, he's 2 through 10 right now. He gets to the 12-yard line. Oh, where he is right now, it's 2 through 11. Short pass. Jones can end it here. He does. Touchdown, Julio Jones. Seattle wins, advances to the Frozen Tundra final. Jones' 10th catch of the day. 2nd touchdown, 123 yards.
Not surprising. Well, Justin played a hell of a game, though. To Nashwich with Dennis Crowley and this Seattle team. Good job by Cincinnati.
Really good game all the way around. Let's take a look at the box.
This was a fun one, Anthony. This was really a hoot.
It was, the turnovers seemed to sort of follow suit. The long gains on the running card seemed to follow suit. It was a good slugfest. It wasn't dictated by, a punt fumble, that sort of thing. Penny's fumble, he has an elevated fumble of an 8, but he still wound up with a 1 rating. So anybody would have fumbled that one. But, for the most part, it seemed like a pretty clean game. Neither team will feel like they got short end.
Can I see Jones's stats again? Scroll up a little bit. The receiving stats for Jones.
Julio, yeah.
10 catches, 123 yards. Wow. 2 touchdowns.
We got the coach coming in.
82 yards for Aaron Jones on the ground. There's
Wow. Hey guys, what? That was a hard fought game, huh?
Oh, I thought you were going easy on him, Dennis.
Man, one more Jones plus 56, and that would have done me in.
Yeah, two was enough to absorb.
So Ingram ran low on carries for you pretty early. That kind of snuck up on us.
Say that again?
Ingram ran short on carries early. It snuck up on us. So all of a sudden he had the halo. You're trying to preserve him. It felt like you did such a good job preserving him in the first half that it wouldn't be much of a problem in the second. But then it popped up at the first time.
Yeah, I think that at first he was giving me the run, so I was running Ingram to get to move the chains. And then he switched up a little bit. It was calling more run, but I knew I was going to need to use like more than just Ingram. You can't get through a game against excellent pass defense and only use one guy. So I was okay with using Penny. Penny just drove me nuts with those fumbles, man. That guy's running laps. He's going to run laps after this game.
That second fumble was, as you probably saw, a one roll on the 1,000.
Yeah, yeah. Then I had that snap fumble that luckily I recovered. But yeah, he's going down by 10. in a playoff game twice. You're not going to come back and win those very often. But I got the turnover, I got the interception that set me up for the field goal, and then it was just a matter of making good calls. Trying to put a little pressure on him with the pass rush. But Aaron Jones was just fantastic today. What can you say about him?
Yeah, he was just hitting his numbers left and right. I mean, a big part of the game was your third downs. That seemed to be the repeated theme from the first quarter all the way to the fourth. You seem to find yourself in third outside to contain. First half, Russell Wilson came through for you over and over again on the must runs. Then he started shadowing him. Wasn't double teaming Jones very much. If Duke and I talked about more than anything the entire game, it was the Jones double team dynamic and the Russell Wilson must run dynamic. Walk us through those third downs.
Well, yeah, for sure. I mean, I just couldn't believe he wasn't doubling him more, but I know what he was worried about. He was worried about, like, getting hit with a bomb. But when you're not doubling the guy's best wide receiver, I thought he was kind of luring me in. So I kept going to him. And then on that key third down in overtime, he did double him. And then right outside of field goal range, and I got the dump off. So in a way, his plan worked. He was setting me up, but I haven't seen Russ come through with so many runs on third down, especially in the first half. It's like, man, must run 7 yards, must run 9 yards. It was like perfect. I was getting my first downs on those. If you look at the stats, I mean, they're really. I almost got 200 more yards than him, or 150 more yards than him, and then the first downs were more. The third down conversions were actually pretty equal. He actually did really good on his third downs too. Wentz came through with quite a few clutch throws, and I wasn't calling a run on those third and shorts at the right time. But yeah, I mean, Russ had a 111 quarterback rating, so those are huge. Those are huge. Getting those third down keys against an excellent pass defense and a good coach. You can't count on this consistently, but I was coming through with them.
Dennis, were you aware that Justin, as a coach in general, is one of the least coaches to double team at all? And then the fact that he didn't seem to focus on Jones. I was telling Anthony, it looks like you're just going to keep going to him until he scares you off of him.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. I mean, he's your best receiver. He's guarded by a 4. I was getting him 3-minute zone most of the time. So yeah, like I said, I feel like he was luring me in a way. But no, I didn't look at his double team stats. I mean, I just remember our game in the regular season. What was that one? It was another one where it was close for most of the game. Yeah, 20-12 was the score in that one. That was actually one of the first games I played, and he cut it to a 5-point lead in the fourth quarter. And then that was another one where Aaron Jones had a big game. He ran 19 times in that one for 179. Today, 18 for 182. So he just needed one more 5-yard carry, and the stats would have almost matched up.
Yeah, along with 56 in that game too. He found.
Yeah, he found that role you're supposed to hit once a year. He hit 3 times against me, twice in this game.
Oh wow.
So the INTs by Wentz, I think you double teamed him on the last one. It happened so fast. I believe it was on Wentz's part. You double teamed correctly.
Yeah, and I talked to him in the chat afterward. He says, I thought for sure you were going to call run against Aaron Jones because, you get that turnover. It was right after the Penny fumble. I'm like, oh God, he's almost at midfield. He gets one or two short gains on Aaron Jones' card, and he's in field goal range to win it. So yeah, that was huge, and I needed to make the right call there because you want to put him in second and long to stop him from picking up a couple of first downs and then ending it. But so it was Wentz's 2 picks against Penny's 2 fumbles. So the turnovers were even. It was just a good game. It was really good, worthy of a playoff game, that's for sure.
It didn't feel like there was a 200-yard difference. Honestly, it just didn't feel that way.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can really feel that. And this game was one that felt like it was a slugfest going back and forth. Jones's big chunks sort of felt like Seattle definitely had the yardage advantage, but not 200-ish.
Yeah, I think the part of it too is that I was chasing him, right? So I think him playing base, not doubling anybody. You're leading by 10. You have excellent pass defense. I think he was just trying to let the game come to him. Like, don't do anything silly. Don't give me anything like an open zone deep, and just eventually it'll land on an interception split in his card and a hit. And it did land a couple of times on his 9, but it just didn't hit the pick roll. He missed the split.
Yeah,
so,
3 men both times. And I think if he had 4 men, he wouldn't have gotten it either. It was up around 9 or something like that. We noticed you didn't go deep very often today. Maybe once, twice, I think.
Excellent pass defense. Excellent pass defense with a 6-3 safety that was staying home. It just wasn't, to me, it wasn't the smart play. I did go a couple times, but one time it was a 4 on Russ's card. If he had guessed me wrong, it would have been a long game. But and that was at the point of the game where he was starting to guess run more, but it just didn't work out. I had a lot of those rolls where, like, he guessed, he would guess run, and I would run. But if I had passed, it would have been like a big play. Or I threw short, and if I would have thrown deep, it was a 5, and on short, it was incomplete. You know what I mean? Like those kind of things.
You had even more blatant than that. I mean, you had a couple. There was one series you went 3 and out. Was a guessed wrong, I think, end run to Ingram. That was a dreaded 5. Was a guessed wrong short pass to Julio. Incomplete.
Yeah.
And
right.
It was just a few huge chunk opportunities that went 1, 2, 3 and out.
And I had some early in the game was like guess wrong and it would land on the 9 on Ingram's card, which is the only blank on the card. That kind of stuff. It's like, oh man. But that I had a ton of lucky rolls go my way. You've already mentioned the must runs on 3rd down, the just hitting Russ's card. All those like 7s plus 12 to get a 1st down, or to those came up quite a bit to me. And as you know, that could have easily landed on the D card, and it would have been defender X or whatever, and he would have had a good chance to stop him.
Mm-hmm. Duke, any other questions?
You were mentioning, Dennis, that you think he was setting you up maybe to double team Jones. I was wondering, in overtime and late in the game, were you thinking at all deep in your territory to throw the bomb to Godwin, expecting him to bring that safety to protect Jones, and you could get the chunk to Godwin?
It's hard to get a chunk when you have a 6 cornerback against excellent pass defense. But I would love, that was in the back of my mind. But until he showed me he was going to double Jones consistently, or bring that free safety up, until he did that, there was no sense in trying to go deep.
Yeah, no, I see that.
So we can look ahead to next week.
How are we going to? We got the 2 broadcasters facing off in the Super Bowl. What are we going to do, Duke? I'm going to have to teach you how to set this thing up yourself.
Yeah, and you're going to have to give me another instruction.
So in the regular season, Dennis, you really did sort of manhandle the Yanks, I would say. It ended up being a 1-score game, but it wasn't that close. I got Mayfield came into the game and just, I think, hit 2 or 3 consecutive long passes with under 30 seconds left to put me in the end zone, make it 20-13. Converted a onside kick and a Hail Mary failed. So it was some very late drama. But for the most part, you had control of the game. It was 20-6 with under a minute left in the 4th quarter. Over 100-yard advantage for Seattle. Held New York to 227.
Anthony's not bitter about that, Dennis, either. That's the neat thing.
What? Say that again?
And Anthony's not bitter about that.
Oh, yeah. Well, he had 2 fumbles in that game. Looking at the stats, one of them was a sack fumble, Case Keenum. I think the other one was like a punt fumble, right? Or a punt return fumble or something. So I may have been
probably a snap fumble as opposed to a sack fumble. But it's possible. I didn't get sacked that game.
Okay, so it was definitely on a sack fumble. So snap fumble on Keenum, and then either a kick return fumble or a punt return fumble. I don't have other highlights on, so I can't see for sure. But that's the only reason I was in control is because I had the turnover breaks.
Yeah, and seems like Mayfield.
But another team we both have excellent pass defense again, right? You're excellent, good excellent, just like me, and a 3-4 just like me. So, that's another one that could go either way.
The headline there, I mean, just looking at your rushing attempts, I mean, your 3 guys get over 10 carries. So I was clearly guessing pass from behind, looking for blitzes and things. You were running, probably guessed wrong, and Penny's the only one that didn't have any major success. 3.2 yards a carry.
I don't know if I'm going to even. I might not even suit up Penny after this performance. Just leave him home.
You're right. 2 very good defenses coming at it.
But you did an amazing to get a Case Keenum led team to the Super Bowl. Obviously, your defense is a strong part of it as well as your running game. But Mostert, Coleman, Howard, all of those guys can tote the rock. I'm going to need to be aware of that. Mostert's a dual threat, so he gets the long pass possibilities. It's a tough matchup. I mean, both teams are really well.
The offensive line is built to run here. They did not run. Well, I guess Mostert did okay, but we got 6-6-6 on the left side with the 2 tight end offense, and then 5 on the right. So and the center's weak, 7-4-7. But but obviously did not take advantage of it in this game. Coleman was 7 of 7. I'm guessing you called run a lot. We'll have to take a look at the log and see and get a closer look. But yeah, I mean, as far as Case Keenum goes, I mean, filed under the what if Baker Mayfield, number 1 pick, if he has anything like the Arizona quarterback will have next year, it would be a different scene. Instead, the Yankees just scramble for a quarterback. Wound up with Case Keenum, whose snap fumble has come back to bite the Yanks. But otherwise, it's done okay. He's a flat passer. I mean, he's a classic flat passer with chains. This is not a dynamic offense. The idea is to get you to guess run and see if I can hit it on Chark or Fuller's card. Guess run, where they're dangerous. So
it should be a good one. It should really. I mean, the 2 teams I think that are in the Super Bowl deserve to be there. You've had a great playoff run as well. Didn't even talk about that, but you were dominant in the last game, which I told Duke you were. I told Duke before the game. I says, "Oh, this is going to get ugly. Anthony's going to kill him."
That all the way.
But you have a great team, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. We'll see how. I'll set Duke up on the play-by-play. So, do you want to do it this time next week? The same bat time, same bat channel, 8:00 Pacific time. Does that work for you, or is that not a good time?
Evenings are better, but I know you're out west, right?
I'm good. I'm good with late. If you can do late, any night at 9:30 or later, and I think Duke is good then too.
Oh, I'm sure I could for me.
Yeah, I'm sure I can make that happen one night this week without an issue for the championship.
Perfect.
So let me.
Yeah, you let me know. You let me know what works good with your schedule.
Friday, I'm guessing.
That works for me.
I'll get right back to you. Let's tentatively pencil it in for Wednesday, 9:30.
Okay, Duke, are you good with that?
Yeah, let me look at my calendar, but I'm pretty sure that's open.
6:30 pack.
Yeah, that's fine with me. Wednesday, 9:30.
Sounds good. Well, let me get these files over to Gary, and then maybe I should actually pay attention to the opposite coach's tendencies. I didn't look at anything with Justin with double teaming.
Right, don't do that. Don't do that. That's a you don't know.
Don't look at Anthony. There's nothing to see here. Move along.
All right. Sounds good, guys.
In 3 days, Seattle goes for 18-0 or whatever it might be, 19-0. So see you in a few.
All right, guys. Take care.
Thanks.
Good job, Dennis. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Dennis.